what happens if you can't locate an heir or a beneficiary? So where this comes up a lot of times is when there's a probate going on. So we're in the probate process, transferring assets, and now maybe you need an heir to sign off on some documents. Or very commonly, you need to sell a piece of real estate. This heir is going to be a beneficiary, and now you can't find them, or maybe they're not willing to willing to sign, but for this video, you can't find them. What do? Well, you don't have a whole lot of options, and you're going to have to defer in a lot of places to the court and to their procedures and what they will and will not allow to happen. Now, the first step that you could always do is to do an heir search, right? And so you're generally going to have to hire an outside company who does these special types of searches and see if you can locate them. And now they're going to give you they're going to look for like car registrations, DMV registrations, previous addresses, phone records, all that sort of stuff to see if they can find an address. Most of the time, it's not going to say, hey, we found this person and they are living at this address right now. Sometimes they will. They're going to give you a bunch of different addresses, and then you're going to have to do a little bit of work to see if they still live there. That's always a good option. It's always a good place to start. There's obviously a fee associated with that, and they can range depending on how in-depth the search is going to be, whether it's an international search, multi-state, multi-county, really depends. That's a good place to start. Now, let's say that you still can't find the person, and again, where I see a lot of this come up is with real estate. Now you want to sell a piece of real estate. You're going to probably have to file what's called a partition action in order to force the sale of the property. The court, though, however, is still likely going to require you find that person. However, I have seen instances where you've done everything. You've spent thousands of dollars on an heir search company, and you just can't find them, right? Maybe the person is dead. Maybe they went off to Costa Rica and are hiding. Whatever it is, you've shown to the court due diligence. I have seen where the court will allow the sale to go forward, and that person's share will be put in like the court registry or something like that. So it's there if they ever resurface. So there are ways, right? Now, again, it's not easy necessarily, and there's a cost associated, and there's time. So there's no magic bullet necessarily, but the good news is that if you're in a probate and you have to find somebody, if you can't find them, it doesn't mean that the case just stops and you can't do anything and it's just a loss. It just means that some additional steps, again, hiring an heir search company, something like that, is going to have to take place before you're able to actually complete or finish the probate or sell the property if that's what you're trying to do.